What a clusterfuck. Hey, Chris, how you doing? For whatever reason, YouTube and Zoom not getting along today. Wonder if I can restream GoToWebinar through YouTube. Live stream a virtual event with GoToWebinar. Live stream my webinar to other platforms. I mean, I like Zoom, but I don't know. It seems like as it got popular, there's more and more drama with it. Let's see. I can live stream GoToWebinars to Facebook and YouTube. Create a webcast webinar. You can stream to LinkedIn with a GoToWebinar. Maybe I look at that. I don't know. I kind of like the Zoom thing, but I think GoToWebinar streams at a higher rate. Or if it says. I'll look into that some more. We have a GoToWebinar account that rarely gets used these days. So, I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt. Downside is that for the AMA part, kind of need to be able to talk. So, I don't know. We'll be patient with it. Skylar, third time charm. Did you get notices, Skylar? Did it? Because when I saw it on my window, the chat was closed and it said the video is private. So if it's private, why would you get notices? That's weird. Hey, Dan, welcome. All righty. How do you guys fare off during that the update? Is it even going on still? I don't know. Let's see. SEMrush Censor. I had a little bit of bouncing, but ultimately it kind of is a wash. It's 9.1 still. Yeah, I'm not even that many changes. My guess is it's the SGE popping in the search results, but see how that goes. Joe, no major changes. Most of my sites, yep. I think it's the same thing. Most people I've talked to have said that it's kind of I mean, when they manually check, it's not doing anything. So I would kind of sticking with my speculation that this update is really SGE popping out in more and more search terms. So, yeah, I'm not really stressing it at this point. Here's an interesting little thing that popped up today. I don't know if you guys are keywords everywhere users, but this is now a paid keywords feature. Purchase a plan to get Google metrics below. I thought for sure that I had credits. So let's see. Does this tell? My credits left. Oh, I need this subscription now. Interesting. I think that was timeout. I don't know if any of you guys are users. Are you doing like I was doing? I was just buying credits and then using them. And I think they're supposedly expired after X amount of time. Not sure. Um, I like keywords everywhere though, so I'll probably pay for it. Because it's not horrible. I think it's one of the better implementations. It doesn't really get too obtrusive. You can shut it on and off without too much issues, etc. So I think I might keep up with that, but maybe you guys have noticed that. I think they bought SEO Minion too. Oh, that'd be interesting. See if they combine those two. I had SEO Minion installed, Terry. I also have SERPworks right here, which is pretty good. I kind of would like to see someone combine what SERPworks is doing with what Keywords Everywhere is doing. I can't imagine it'd be all that hard, but I'm not a developer, so it's easy for me to say. Lee says he buys credits in bulk. Yeah, I think I had credits, and it's probably been a year. I'm gonna go with that, but we'll check that out and see how that goes. All right, so typically Q&A time, right? So just wondering how to get this fired off. Like, how do we start the questions and stuff? Because most of the time we usually start with a rant from me or maybe a little mini training for me, but coming up with that stuff all the time is, I mean, my brain only works so well. You can ask Kenny, it only works partially. And if we're lucky. So let's see. Charles is, we're cleaning up from the Google News bug. 20th to July 11th. One of my test sites jumped from branded terms, not my brand. Interesting. I did a couple of tests. Still gotta write those up. One of them was Search Console queries. I mean, this is something I did anyway. You just add the words that you find in the queries. I just added all of them. I was like, what the hell? Let's see what happens. And I got some good results from that. So I got to write that up. TF, IDF, good results putting that in. And I deployed all those tests before I realized that there was a air quotes update going on. So I gotta, before I can say, hey, this is good, I want to do it again to a few more pages, just see what's going on, make sure it's consistently the positive results, which is part of scaling things, right? You can't just find one thing and I mean, you can find one thing and be excited, but if you can find one thing and then deploy it across the websites of 200, 300, 400 clients at a time, then that's much better. It's more useful versus knowing the academic vernacular and understanding patents and all that stuff. It's more practical, and not that understanding patents and academic SEO is not useful, but it's more practical in regards to what a business owner or an agency is going to deploy, because you could be chasing white rabbits all day long and never catch one, or you can implement quick, easy things, right, and get some rankings from it, and then at the same time chase a couple white rabbits for fun. So let's see, Boris, what do you think about a keyword decreasing clicks suddenly but impressions stay the same? There's no reason. It's easy. SGE's there. That's generally what it is. It's SGE. I've seen that in the medical market. It's really impacting us, and it's not so much like all of our traffic's gone, oh my god, horrible, but it is a significant difference of traffic that you get from the top 3 positions with SGE and the traffic you get from the top 3 positions without SGE, by far. So Yeah, what you're looking at and dealing with is SGE. So if you're the other thing is, it could be that you've been there for so long, the searchers are habitual searchers and keep coming back, and you're not meeting the users. Um, users was it user? I don't want to say user intent, but you're not satisfying the user and their search, or they're just tired of hearing your page's opinion on it and want to read other people's pages so they can keep continually searching over. A good concept like that is SEO. Like you search SEO terms. What is on-page SEO? What is link building? All those kind of things. Eventually, you start scrolling around and read other people's opinions, and regardless of what's in the top 10. So your impressions count would be the same, but your CTR would be lower. So there's two possible solutions there, Boris. Neither of them is good for you. Let's see. Hey, what the hell am I talking about? Sorry, I'm gonna open up. Let's go to our friendly neighborhood hood. See if we can't help some of these poor saps that are in here getting crappy advice. You guys ready? Friendly neighborhood hood. This is the SEO hood right here. That's what I call this place. The SEO hood. Let's see if we can find some questions to answer. Let's see. Starting an adventure as a freelancer. I got a new client who is asking me a quotation. So I would like to know how you calculate quotation for SEO. This is a good question. I actually see this one a lot. How do you quote SEO? So, and there's a lot of people with a whole bunch of opinions and stuff, but the fact of the matter is, your quotes have to, one, pay your bills for the cost of actually doing the work, and two, create a profit center for you, especially if you're going to be a freelancer, because you're living off of the income you're making there, right? And you're living off your clients. So I know how much I spend per client, right? So just phantom number, $750 per client. Let's say that's how much I spend for the client. That's if it's a local, you're talking link building, you're doing maps, you're building I don't know, videos, you're doing all kinds of little things, etc. And let's say it's your first client. So you got to add tools into that, etc. When I say tools, SEMrush, for example, Ahrefs, if you use that, Majestic, if you use that, Cora Light, Cora, you use those, all that stuff adds up. So you have to have your expenses paid for with your first client. Your first client's got to pay your bills, right? So that you can, and you might not even get any profit from that, but that check has to pay all of your bills, all of your expenses. As a general rule, you need to figure that out. What is the minimum amount of tools that I need to be able to provide a positive result to the client? And a positive result is higher rankings. If you're selling SEO, your positive result is higher rankings. And the traffic and the leads and all that, really, in my opinion, is a benefit of doing good SEO. So, and it's all positioning, right? I'm selling you rankings, right? So I think I've had this discussion before. Anyway, so you figure out what that cost of your expenses are, and then that's how much you charge for it. You can figure out your profit model as well. If you're really good at sales, you can actually, you get a good ROI, like 50% ROI, or return on investment. I guess no, is that the right one? Profit, 50% profit for each thing you do. So I have a web design process where really I'm spending about $2,000 to build a custom site. So anything I charge over that is profit for me. And that's 2,000 as an average. And, get the designer to do it, get the dev to make the the website. Typically we use Oxygen and WordPress. And then content, if that's part of the quote, and then maybe if we're doing e-com, then the WooCommerce, if we're using a WordPress platform, typically we would that kind of stuff, right? So if I'm spending 2,000 to get it accomplished, and I want to make a profit, I should charge 4,000 for that website. Okay. In regards to SEO, if you're really good at sales, you can use price as a competition modifier by lowering the amount of profit per sale. And you just want to get more sales to increase your overall profit, right? So you'd be down at the 25% per profit range. But also don't discount staff. Like I spend VAs. My VAs is $4,000 a month. So I have to, not discount the VA staff too, outside of the tools that I'm also buying, right? So there's a lot to this question, but if you're just starting out, if I had to give you a number and you actually had any skill whatsoever, I would challenge you not to accept anything less than $1,000 a month, because if anything less than that, I mean, you're going to find that you're not getting results, and you better be damn good at sales. And you got to rinse and repeat clients all through your cycle. And a little bit, anything more than that, just starting out, it's just kind of hard to find people who want to spend more money than that, because they've all seen those stupid ass $2.99 a month SEO ads and $199 a month SEO ads, and they've all been hit up by Yellow Pages and GoDaddy and everyone and their dog who are supposedly doing SEO now for their client base for $150. I mean, we all know that's bullshit, but customers, they don't. So yeah, I think $1,000 is a good one. What are your opinions? Let me know in the comments down below after we begin. All right, so Prince Dizal, if you actually had a question, Prince Dizal, and you posted it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, so I'm just going to put you in a timeout. There you go. Let's see. Next question. For anyone doing SEO or managed IT services, what is the average lead spend? Oh, that's interesting. I only had one client manage IT services. It was decent to ranking, but there's shit for traffic. Let's see. I ran a SEMrush backlink audit on my website and found some suspicious links. SEMrush shows high toxicity for those backlinks. I found the random location or random languages. Common between all these things, URLs end with .html. For example, that is linking to my site. I don't see any media content from the site. There's nothing on the page linking back, even the links to the last 24 hours. So that is a result of there's that PHP. It's essentially a hack that gets on your website and it creates a like a builder, and it builds these stupid .html things. And then what they do is, since they don't want to, design their own stuff, they'll go and find your images and use them and populate those pages. And oftentimes, tools are learning now to find these, sometimes not before it's too late, but they are finding those. And when I say tools, like the antivirus software, that kind of stuff, and they are finding those and take care of those pretty quickly. the problem is, like this guy found out, is that his backlink audit tools will find those, and then potentially Google may or may not, and get an index, and you got to wait and get all that shit cleaned out. So the big question here is, should you disavow them or not? And I would lean towards only if you saw your rankings drops in conjunction with those. But I mean, better safe than sorry says go ahead and add the domains. It's easy to find those domains. You can have a list of 100,000 of them. If it's only on 10 domains, you disavow 10 domains and you're done. And the SEMrush backlink audit tool that makes creating those disavow tools much easier, or disavow files much easier. It's a hard ask to say ignore those links, because Google is not good at doing negative SEO detection. So a lot of people say ignore those links. Google's smart enough to handle it, and I can tell you that they're not. So if you have hundreds, probably not hurting you. If you get into thousands, they probably are. And I will also say that if you are maintaining your disavow file, and you constantly update it, like once a quarter, you just go through and add that, it's kind of a trust signal, I would think. There's no way to prove it, but if you're actively cleaning your link profile, and that gets processed through, say, the helpful content update where John Mueller alluded to a score, that score could possibly be your backlink profile, right? And if you're updating that disavow, you're increasing your score, because you're saying, look, I'm maintaining this. And I saw this junk, and I just added the domain to the disavow file, and I'm done with it. So it doesn't take any work at all to maintain that disavow file. And more often than not, when we do it, as long as we're building backlinks when we submit that disavow file, then the rankings do improve. And also on the flip side of that, I had negative SEO attacks on my website, and we just did disavow files, and they kept going. It didn't matter to me none. It was my personal blog anyway. So they, kept hitting it. But I mean, the disavow file took care of all of it, and everything that Google wanted to count, they counted, and I could rank. At one point, I could rank that website for anything. I mean, it doesn't rank for shit now, but at one point I can rank for anything just because of that negative SEO campaign. All right, let's go back over here. Does Grammarly affect ranking? This is from, I'm not even pronouncing that. Probably Finnish. Is that Finnish name? I'm not even going to try. Does Grammarly affect ranking? So what, we did a test that grammar in of itself does not affect ranking. However, because Google can't read, right? However, I add that to part of my content optimization steps, because users can read it, right? Or users will read it. And so let's say you create something with ChatGPT, you run it to phrase, you run it to ClearScope, you run it to InLinks, and then you finish that off by getting Grammarly to do it, because they're doing a lot better at creating sentences and phrases and swinging that around to make things sound better, right? With Grammarly. So I say use it, but in and of itself, no, it does not increase ranking. It doesn't hurt ranking. It doesn't increase ranking. It's just good copy. Sprack, is it a good strategy to copy as much as possible from the page ranking number 1? And should I also copy? Yeah. Copying outright, probably not. What you can do is look at a few things. One is, what is the conversion point on those websites are using? Are they using phone numbers? Is they using forms? What kind of headings are they using? That kind of stuff. And then you can actually mirror their headings. I would rewrite their headings. I wouldn't use the same ones, but I would rewrite them with the necessary keywords to optimize the page. And that will help you out much better than just copying pages. The downside of copying pages is one, you could get your ass sued. Two, let's say the Google is actually gets better with duplicate content at one point in time. If you're trying to rank for the same keyword at the same places that those people are, and you're using the same exact content, you might find that a little bit harder to achieve. So I mean, and with AI, there's no point in copying anymore. I mean, there's absolutely no point in doing that whatsoever. You can even, download the text from a page, rewrite it, and then pump it through AI to clean it up. Here's my article. Take each section individually or whatever, and here's my paragraph. Here's the heading, and what I'm trying to say, make it clear to your target audience. Right. And then it'll rewrite that paragraph where you knock that out, 5-10 minutes of work. It's totally worth it versus just outright copying people. Are those plugins for content syndication work well, like the ones that spin other sites' content the moment is posted? Is there a chance to get penalized? There's a chance you can get straight out fucking sued. Ask Holly Hunter. she made those news networks, and she was using Dallas Morning News. They said, "Hey, stop." She's like, "Nah, I don't think I will," and then they sued her ass. So yeah. I don't like those, right? And there is a purpose for those, but you have to have interlinking and external link building there together, all right? And that's kind of how my stance on those. I used to mess around with those boards. They were okay for setting up PBNs and stuff like that. They kind of still are, but if you're gonna have a good PBN and you want that PBN to make some money for you too, then you gotta have an internal linking plan and an external linking plan. So you don't want to have a whole bunch of sources and just keep repeating punch junk, because that junk's just not going to rank well. So I mean, it just depends for your uses. So be careful with those. Anzi Kumja, do you create links with autopilot for each money keyword separately? If it's okay to build one campaign per week, how aggressively do you go? I use that. My particular campaign, I do for every page. And if I publish 10 pages, I'm doing 10 campaigns. So hopefully that answers that question. SEO Unleashed with Yash. Hey, Yash. Let's see. What do you think of Lee Witcher's SEO course? Well, he's in here, so I got to be nice. No, not really. I don't have to be nice. It's a good course. It gave me some new insights. And remember, this is my perspective. It gave me some new insights on how to use Quora. It gave me some new insights on how to look at the data that Quora gives me. It gave me some new insights into how to use what the hell am I trying to spit out? It gave me some new insights into, just creating some links and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't spend as much money as he's asking for it now for that course, knowing what it is. If you are a core user, you're making some really good money and you want to level up your game, that's probably a good course for that. But if you're brand new to Quora, and just getting started, then I probably would not recommend that. I would probably go with the traffic hacks course from ONG or something like that, to get some more fundamental stuff before you try to go mess around with Lee's course. It's kind of how I, yeah, that's the diplomatic way that I can say it. Yes. How do you? I'm not answering tier link building. I don't do videos on link building. I don't give out my link building processes. I recommend that you do not either, because people will use them and fry them, and then they're trash. And now I got to go through and do all the work, and well, everyone gets to run around and say, "Oh, his link building method sucks." So yeah, I don't teach it. Don't teach it. Don't talk about it in video format. Come to a conference, whatever, and we'll have a good discussion about it. But I don't dictate properties. I don't, none of that. This is how I lay that out. So let's see. MLA, how you doing? Next to your schema and Nax. I started playing that with after Daryl Osborne showed Nax. Honestly, the research time it takes to do that versus to find the proper Nax and add it to the schema, it just didn't seem all that much useful to me. So in generally, I don't use it. Just because, again, you got to go research it, find the right one and all that crap. And it just seemed like too much. That said, I don't do a lot of product schema for e-commerce where Nax might have an increased benefit. So you have the product ID numbers and maybe the NSNs and then the Nax, depending on the widespread use of that said product. So, I mean, it might be useful, but without testing it, it's just kind of like there. And I don't know that it's enough being there to make it worthwhile the work to put in to actually get it, right? How does Quora deal with SGE? Quora is using the search API. It's not going directly to the search results, Boris. So the SGE doesn't get populated in the API. Does that make sense? Prince, he's back. I created a website 1 month ago. It was very good for the first 2 weeks, but now regular content, and I'm not getting any results. Why? My guess is Prince is probably you don't know enough about SEO, or and let's get speculation. You're not building backlinks to all that content you're creating. You're just writing content, and wondering why it's not magically ranking for you. And that's probably, those are 2 reasons. 3 could be internal links. 4 could be your silos are not right. 5 could be your content is not optimized right. 6 could be your headings are not optimized right. 7 could be you don't have enough entity analysis done. 8 could be you're not using enough TF-IDF analysis. I could go on and on and on, Prince. Hey, let's see. Coin Sniper. Ooh, that's a cool name. Quora is still a main part of your page strategy. Seems like a lot of people use phrase surfer now. So phrase is for content optimization, right? And then surfer tried to be a on-page optimization tool, but they missed the mark, quite frankly. I've tested for it, surfer, and I hate the user interface. I hate the data that it gives me. It's just, for me, being smarter than the tool means that I have no use for that tool. So I don't have a surfer account anymore. Page Optimizer Pro is still better than Surfer ever wants to be. And then Quora Lite, and then Quora is kind of that's kind of how I would go with those tools, right? That said, I don't use Page Optimizer Pro's content editor. I know they have one in there now. I know they have an AI writer in there now, but phrase is always, it's doing good for me. So why would I not? I'll just stick with that, right? But Cora Light and Cora are critical to both my on-page and off-page strategies. And when those tools go down, it hurts. It hurts a lot. And if they're not working right or they're frustrating my workflow, that shit hurts a lot. So and that was happening quite a bit. So I can openly admit I open Quora on a daily basis, but I only do like one run a day, if that. Just because I don't want to deal with the headaches anymore. So I prefer Quora Lite for the on-page stuff anyway, because Quora has got that big ass report where Quora Lite is just a little bit faster, runs a little bit smoother. However, Quora Lite's not been updated in a year, so is the data right? Right. So again, I'm using those for on-page and off-page, so you have to mix that up and mix your selection of what your tools are. But Phrase and Surfer, neither of those compare to Quora at all. Like Surfer wanted to be, it doesn't. Surfer was successful after Quora launched because Quora was too complicated for the 99%. And Mikhail found and saw that there was a market for on-page analysis tools, created Surfer. However, in my opinion, the UI, the presentation of the data, the minimalistic, here's the little things you need to do crap that most users enjoy is weak ass SEO. And Surfer is not going to help you be a good SEO and learn beyond the tools, like to get you so good that you don't even need tools. You have these processes in place, and then you fire up a tool maybe once a day to give you a little more insight. Let's see. Sean, does Page Optimizer Pro do anything like Phrase, actual on-page optimization? I don't know, Sean, on the content auditor side. I don't use it. And the what's that called? They have AI writer in there now too. So I don't know that. The heading stuff is still useful to this day. The original purpose of Pop, right? They had to adapt for the market or else they were going to die. But that's why the content editor came in there and the AI writer stuff. But the original purpose of Pop, that on-page analysis stuff, is essentially like baby Quora Lite, and it's really, really good if you're trying to scale because that tool is fast. And none of that information that they recommend you do is complex. So that's why I still have a Pop account. Do you have any recommendations to increase CTR for commercial pages? Rank them higher? Let's see. Recommendation. So image schema is commercial. So image schema for the product or service, represented project or service, put that in there. You won't always get them, but you get the opportunity for thumbnails and the rich snippet. And what else? Title tag changes. Even though machine learning is rewriting title tags and or using your H1s, or just creating their own willy-nilly, you still write good title tags and consider the click. Think a little bit beyond SEO. You have to think SEO first, obviously, right? Ranking, you have to rank first before you can get a click. So keeping SEO in mind, like let's go with keyword, leading your title with the keyword. You want to then do something that kind of stand out, like parentheses updated or the dates or that kind of stuff to stand out a little bit. And that if you stand out and catch the eye, a quick surfer is more likely to click on your page than someone else's. So those are a couple of things that you can do. Let's see. Cora shot me over optimization for some reason, maybe following Rex too closely. It's possible. You could also have the settings turned up a little bit high. Remember, this is an analysis of the information that is there. And in order for you to match what the analysis said, it says to add X, right? A good one that I like to use as a reference is number of images or number of phone numbers. And oftentimes, especially in local, Quora will be like, add 500 images and add 300 phone numbers. And the reason for that is there's a bunch of directories in your analysis, right? So a lot of that stuff you have to ignore, or more so look at in a common sense perspective, right? Especially in stuff that the user can see. If you're going to use a PHP script to cloak page information or hidden stuff like Lee teaches, or whatever, if you're going to use that kind of stuff, then you can go pretty much full retard with those numbers, and you're not going to over optimize, air quotes. It's just not going to happen. You will become a standout because you have so much more information than everyone else that maybe the concept of MC4, where everyone else has all these things optimized and you don't, so that ergo you're not ranking well. It could be the other way, where MC4 goes, holy shit, this page has everything and everyone else doesn't, and puts you out as an outlier. So when you're doing those Quora recommendations, Ted said he used the phases. I'm not really all for that either. Just go in and do, find a set for you that you want to do. So let's say first thing you do is find all the Quora recommendations for the headings. You do all those, wait, see what happens. Then find all the recommendations for keyword variations to be added, wait, do all, and then add those, and then see what happens. Do that in steps. With that initial Quora report, watch the rankings, and then you'll see your movement, and you won't have to worry about this whole fear of over optimization crap, because I can tell you, I've keyword stuff pages, I've done the over optimization and all that, and the result of that is my rankings continue to go up. So what we as SEOs think of as over optimization is probably just more, fear mongering from the talking heads of SEO and listening to Google in that regard. So just be careful with that concept of over optimization. That's my point. Would you say that Quora is doing like 90% of the SEO analysis you would usually do manually? No, I think it's the other way around, Boris. I've been doing SEO so long that I have these basic concepts. And so when I write a piece of content and then later and analyze it with Quora will say I've already met like 250, 300 of the top ranking factors. Just because of the process that I've, taught in myself and my team follows. So I would say that Quora is probably, for me, like 10%. I run a Quora report like months after a page is done. That's months, right? I don't make a page and then go run Quora. I run a report like months after that page is done. Quora is like to me, is that red box on the side of the wall that has a little axe in it with a break glass in case of emergency. That's Quora. Can you be kind to show me how to create content outline using just the browser? No search volumes. Content outline. Yeah, I can do that. That's a good one, Ninja. Let's see. Let me stop sharing. That's a good question. Try. Ooh, that trick worked. I learned something new from Brian Cato last week. I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you go sheets.new, your browser opens a new sheet and it works for docs. I didn't know that. So thanks to Brian Cato. All right. Keyword. What's keyword there, Ninja X? Give me a keyword while you're doing that. Answer a couple more questions. Can Quora course be used as it is? Do you plan on update it? It can be used as it is, Mark. However, 7.5 has some cool ass new features, so I'm redoing the whole course. But and it's just the report. It's like 2 UI changes, and then the report has changed. And that would kind of make it a little confusing if you're looking at the core course as it is now, and then looking at the new report, you're like, what the hell? So I'm recutting the course now that 7.5 is out. I'm waiting for a new Mac Studio because the Cora software on my MacBook Pro M1 Max keeps crashing, and Ted seems to think it's my computer. So I wanted to buy a new computer anyway, so I bought a new M2 Ultra Mac Studio. That should be here in a couple days. And once that's done, if the crashing goes away, because there is nothing more effing frustrating than recording a video and having have that damn software crash over and over again. If the crashing goes away, I can knock that out pretty quick. On page course, 6 videos done. We had a little staff shakeup over at SIA, so I got to figure out where to upload those and take care of that stuff all by myself. Let's see. Prints. I made high quality backlinks, but I didn't get any results. My domain authority is, I got this stupid symbol right here in my way, is 11. And my quantity is good. Yeah, it's a brand new website. You need more backlinks, more interlinking, more content. At the end of the day, Prince, I can sit there and guess all effing day long about what's up with your site. Until I see it, there's no way I can make a good, solid recommendation that you're going to be able to successfully employ and all of a sudden make rank magically. It's a brand new website, dude. It's just going to take time. And like all things, you need to have patience with it. Ninja X, nothing, no keyword. Anyone got a keyword for Ninja X so I can do this content outline thing? Let's see.
Let's do climate change.
Ooh, climate change. Let's see, climate change. All right. Climate change. That's a good keyword. So, 2 ways you can accomplish this. One is the old way that I used to teach, was here's my title, climate change, right? And then my H1 is also going to say climate change, since that's the exact match keyword. And then my H2 or H2s are going to be right where Google says I should be. They're down here. Causes, effects, solutions. What are the 10 causes? Climate change articles for students. Those are interesting. Kind of weak ass though, right? Let's see. Climate change causes, effects, and solutions. What are 10 causes? I don't like those. You don't like those either, do you, Terry? I know you don't like them. Let's see. So we need to find some more. So let's go overview. Let's get out of here. Oh, let's just click this cause, effects, and solution. There you go. There's some better ones. Let's see. effects of 10 effects of climate change. That would be a good one to have on there. So 10 effects. I'm not going to check climate change. H2 would be climate change problems and solutions, 5 causes. Okay, so there's a good one. So, and we want to have some kind of flow, right? So 5 causes of climate change. Let's see. Types of climate change. Let's see what that is. Rising sea levels. Those are effects, right? Let's see. What is climate change? This is a good one. Oop. H2. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a nice simple article, actually. It has to be pretty long as it is right there. So H4 is going to be my exact keyword again. Change. Right. Now, here, this is obvious. You're just going to answer the question. Here, you're going to have your H3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 effects. Going to do your H3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9, 10. And then this one is your conclusion, right? So here's your introduction. And here's your conclusion. Good. I should have asked, can you guys see that? Let me switch over. Okay, done. All right. So how do you do this? Let's say you got a writer and you want to use a writer for this. You just need this outline. So you hear the 5 causes of climate change. You can Google search this if you want to. And there's this, or you can use AI to do it. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Burning fossil fuels, deforestation, natural causes, fluorinated gases, and I'm not picking on livestock farmers, but we got those, right? So we got 5. Let's put this down here. So what are we gonna get rid of? Cement projection. I think it made that up. Livestock farming can cost. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see. I think burning fossil fuel and fluorinated gas is kind of the same, I think. All right. So now I have my 5 types. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 5. And then all you need is your 10 effects. Okay. And I won't do 10 effects for because you get it. I did the 5. So you do the same exact thing. And what you do from there is you can just take this whole outline and give it to your AI writer, and it'll go to town and create this for you. You can play with your prompts a little bit, ask for some sources, etc. But it'll create this, and there's your whole outline. And you've essentially, let's go, if we did a phrase or I don't know, like a text raiser or whatever, my guess is a lot of these are going to be entities that would be naturally in an article already, and you did it just using a little bit of AI and the whatchamacallit, the related searches. The other way to do it is Google gives it to you right here. So overview, causes, effects, some videos, some impacts, and actions. And I would skip introduction. Introduction is kind of weak, out of order, but causes, effects, some videos, environmental impact could go under effects, actions. But in short, it's kind of right there for you, right? So let's click on overview, see what it gets. Does it change anything? Nope. So you have that. The other thing is you can actually go in here and hear these some other topics, and these are all entity-based topics. So you can go through here and find some entities and add it to your content or add it to your headings and create your outline. So plenty of ways to skin this cat. At the end of the day, what you're trying to do is get these damn entities into your content so it ranks better. Hopefully that helped. Local services. I can't do roof repair because I don't want to. Let's do. I've talked about roof repair before, so we'll do that. So primary keyword. Roof repair. Let's go Dallas. Why not? And then H1 is going to be roof repair. Dallas. The exact match is going to be in there. There. Should be easier for you guys to read now. You're all so patient reading that little last thing. All right, H2. I'm just going to build in 3 for now. H2, H2. And then H4. Roof repair, Dallas. We'll look at Dallas search. So Dallas, Texas, ceiling roof replacement, roof maintenance, roof leak repair. There's 1. Emergency roof repair is 2. So roof leak repair and emergency roof repair. So we want those. Repair. I don't need to say Dallas again. It helps. We're not going to go crazy with it. Emergency roof leak repair Dallas. I think that's right. Yeah. Emergency roof repair Dallas, Texas. Roofing repair services, kind of okay, but you're going to get that in your content, roofing. So we'll go down here. Related searches. What the blow hell? I guess I should push search. Related searches. Ooh. One of the best roofing companies in Dallas. If you're doing roof repair, you already have a page for roofing companies, so you don't want to put that in your headers. It's going to cause an issue. Roof repair near me. That's a good one. You kind of get those sprinkled in there. Those near me terms are kind of tricky. Near. Near me. All right. So now we need some H3s. Three, H3, H3. 1, 2, 3. So we'll go roof repair. Let's see, roof leaks and heavy rain. These are perfect right there. Come on. Jeez. I wonder why they made it so you can't click on it. What to do when your roof leaks in the rain? What to do when roof leaks in the rain? My roof is leaking. Is it covered by insurance? My roof is leaking. Is it covered by insurance? That's a good one right there. Right there, buddy. Let's see. Emergency roof leak repair. Dallas. See what they got down here. Nothing. Nope, there. Roofing Dallas, ready. Nope, don't need those. So next option is these. Let's do this one. And my roofers aren't really going out there as oh, it's raining now. Can you come fix my stuff at this moment? The answer is probably going to be no. So this is good content right here, because then you can kind of, yeah. Let's see, roof repair near me. I want to get that one. I like this one. Obviously, we're not doing Dallas. We're not doing the UK, right? But we can do this. And see if there's any good ones down here. I would have liked to add something about commercial roofing repair. I like this question, but not the yourself part. A lot of decisions I'm making here is because I know the niche, right? So um, this is a lot easier if you know the niche a little bit. So there's my outline. So let's do it. Stop that for a second. Continue. Oh, seriously? One time. I'm not doing the one-time code. I gotta leave my phone and all that other shit. Anyway, what I was going to show you is just take that and drop that into whatchamacallit. Take that and just drop this into ChatGPT. So what you do is your prompt would be something like using the following article outline. Then I do that, right? So I put it in here. Oops. Come on, fucking it. Using the following article outline. Create a 1,500 word article for the purpose of selling roof repair and or roof repair to a homeowner in the Dallas, Texas area. Use the headings as identified in the outline to create topics and subtopics of the articles. If answering questions, answer the question directly in the first sentence, then sentence in the second sentence, provide a cited source of the answer previously given. Remember, you are a roofer looking to sell your services to a homeowner. Now, that simple prompt like there, obviously you could refine it, play with it, and do some more stuff with it, maybe make it better, make it or not. But what it'll do is it'll write the article for you and pump that out pretty easily. I like turning the browser stuff on. You can ask it in the prompt, find sources to cite, and then give the URLs and all that stuff. But in general, this is a landing page for a roof repair. And you're not necessarily going to need those. But let's say this answer the question directly and cite the source. There's plenty of manufacturers, et cetera, in the roofing industry who have tested, roof leak stuff, materials, et cetera, and they can answer some of that stuff for you. Or the consumer people that could help with some of this. Is it cheaper to replace a roof cheaper to replace a roof, right? Consumer organizations might have some content out there like that. And that'll kind of help build your credibility because you're citing consumer report and you're not being perceived as someone who's just out to make a sale, right? So you can do that. All right. Another thing you can do is write this page in the style of copywriter John Carlton or Dan Kennedy or whoever your favorite copywriter is. And you can, if you know some of them, you can actually start off your chat GPT thread with, here's some analyzed content written by John Carlton. Here's 10 examples. And then go and ask all this stuff and start writing your sales pages the same way. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully you guys found that useful. Let's see. Someone at the door, can't answer on the show. Let's see. How do you prepare a target? Oh, Jesus, he's not gone away. Hold on. Be right.
Ooh, what'd you get? What'd you get?
That's the Mac Studio. You guys want to do an unboxing? Man, I've been live for an hour and 15 minutes, blabbing away. You guys are awesome. Putting up with me.
Don't be too loud. You're going to wake people up.
Mhm. Now I know I'm not going to get any work done today. Man, this thing is heavy. That's a good thing I answered the door, though. I don't want this thing. There's the Mac Studio in all its glory. That is the computer right there. Yeah, I'm not gonna get any work done today. We'll be playing with that thing all day now. All righty. Okay. Doesn't look like there's any more questions. And like I said, we're an hour and 15 minutes in. So I'm going to respect your guys' time on the YouTubes. And thank you very much for showing up. Hopefully you like that old building the outline thing. I mean, really, once you get used to doing that process, especially if you know markets and stuff, you start learning where those keywords fit in and how to connect the dots. Right. So the one I did with the information page that Terry suggested the client, that had a flow to it for writing it. Right. And then it makes it easier for the AI to go through those pieces and you essentially fill in the blanks for your outline. It's also easier for writers to do that. Like we still buy content for the medical niche because the AI is you know, it's making shit up, really, right? And so it's for the medical stuff, we're just finding that AI is helpful in meeting the need for content pieces when there's not a lot of expertise required. But if your expertise is required, then you need to lean more in onto writers. And when we lead in onto writers, they essentially get that outline. Or with my writers, they're so good. All I really do is go find like 2 or 3 examples of what I want and go, here's my primary keyword. Here's a couple articles I like. Can you create me a piece of content? And they hammer that out and bang it out really well. So choose your poison. And just kind of, if you can afford to push out some decent articles with the writer, I would go that way because they rank a lot faster and easier with minimal optimization. Where with the chat GPT, you got to optimize it. You get it from chat GPT, you can give it some bunch of information to really narrow down your article and get it pretty optimized. But at the end of the day, you're going to end up spending a little bit more time than you would say a naturally written article by a writer who already knows that whole process, and you in your expectations for your client or for your own website. And they start after working with you for a few times, they essentially understand what you're looking for, and you don't need to do a lot of that optimization stuff. So but you are going to pay more money. So, balance that out, figure out which one is right for you. And there you go. Hope you like that outline thing. I haven't taught that in ages, man. There's another video for the on-page course.